Hello friends, and welcome to Webronaq. Here's a question worth pausing on. If you have been studying for the CompTIA Linux Plus exam, are you sure you are studying for the right version? On January 13, 2026, CompTIA officially retired the XK0-0-005 exam. It is gone. The only Linux Plus exam you can sit for today is XK0-0-006 version 8, which launched on July 15, 2025. And the timing could not matter more. The Linux operating system market was valued at $21.97 billion in 2024 and is projected to reach nearly $100 billion by 2032. DevOps job postings have grown roughly 18 to 20% annually in recent years. This is a credential in the middle of a real hiring surge. In this video, I will show you exactly what XK0-0-006 covers, what is brand new in version 8, and how to build a prep plan that actually gets you across the finish line. Alright, let's nail down exactly what this exam is. XK0-0-006 version 8 is the current and only active CompTIA Linux Plus certification. According to the official CompTIA exam page, it carries a maximum of 90 questions, both multiple choice and performance-based. You have 90 minutes to complete it. The passing score is 720 on a scale of 100 to 900. You schedule it through Pearson VUE, either at a testing center or via online proctoring. The certification is valid for 3 years, putting estimated retirement around 2028. No official prerequisites exist, but CompTIA recommends 12 months of hands-on Linux server experience and familiarity with certs like A+, Network+, or Server+, as helpful background. Here is what sets this version apart. It does not just test what you know, it tests what you can do. Those performance-based questions put you inside a simulated Linux terminal, and that distinction matters enormously for how you prepare, which we will get into shortly. Now let's look at what is actually on the exam. XK0-0-006 version 8 has 5 domains. System management is the largest at 23%. It covers the boot process, kernel modules, partitioning, mounting, shell operations, and virtualization. Next is troubleshooting at 22%, which now includes cloud and network context, not just local hardware issues. Services and user management comes in at 20% and is brand new to version 8. CompTIA split it out from system management to give file management, local accounts, system services, and package management their own dedicated weight. Security sits at 18%, covering firewalls, SE Linux and AppArmor, cryptography, and account hardening. Finally, automation, orchestration, and scripting rounds things out at 17%. 5 domains, perfectly balanced across the real work a Linux administrator actually does. Notice that the 2 heaviest domains, system management and troubleshooting, together account for 45% of the exam, so terminal fluency is non-negotiable. Here is the interesting part, and honestly the most important thing to understand before you buy a single study resource. Version 8 is not a minor refresh. The Linux Foundation's 2025 State of Tech Talent Report found that 68% of organizations lack AI and machine learning skills, and 65% face cybersecurity staffing shortages. CompTIA responded by redesigning the exam around exactly those gaps. V8 adds AI best practices and prompt engineering. It adds Python scripting alongside Bash. It adds Ansible and Puppet for configuration management and orchestration. It adds Docker and Podman container workflows. And it adds infrastructure as code. None of that content existed in XK0-0-005. A May 2026 guide from Training Camp puts it plainly. Any study material aligned to XK0-0-005 is out of date for the current exam. So if someone hands you a 2024 study guide, or a course recorded before mid-2025, you are preparing for a test that no longer exists. Make sure everything you use is V8 aligned. Let me show you the single most important thing separating people who pass on the first attempt from those who do not. Performance-based questions, which appear throughout XK0-0-006, put you inside a simulated Linux shell and ask you to complete real tasks. Configuring services, managing users, writing scripts, diagnosing failures. You cannot memorize your way through that. The prep strategy that actually works is simple. Open a terminal every single day. 3 strong free options are VirtualBox, where you spin up your own Linux virtual machine locally, CodeCloud, which gives you browser-based Linux environments with guided scenarios, and a Red Hat developer subscription, which is free and gives you access to a real enterprise Linux server. Training Camp's 2026 guide puts it directly: candidates who spend most of their prep time in a terminal pass. Candidates who rely on memorization do not. Treat every day's practice session as a mini performance-based question, and the real exam will feel familiar rather than frightening. Next, let's build the full study timeline around that habit. Alright, let's put the whole prep path together. Start with CompTIA's official Cert Master Learn for XK0-0-006. It delivers over 40 hours of structured content, including performance-based practice questions, and it maps directly to the V8 objectives. Pair that with the Richard Blum Cybex Study Guide, 6th edition, which is the most widely used book written specifically for the XK0-006 exam. For hands-on work, use the platforms from the previous slide every single day. Then, as you approach exam day, add timed full-length practice exams. Do not just check your score. Review every wrong answer and understand why it was wrong. As for timing, if you are brand new to Linux, CompTIA itself recommends budgeting at least 120 hours of study time, plus additional hands-on hours. If you already work with Linux regularly, 6 to 8 weeks of focused prep is a realistic target. The key is starting with V8-aligned materials from day one, because even a course recorded before mid-2025 covers a retired exam. Alright, let's bring it all together. You now know the full picture. XK0-005 retired on January 13, 2026. XK0-006 version 8 is the only Linux Plus exam that exists. It tests 5 domains, it is heavier on performance-based questions than any previous version, and it includes AI best practices, Python, Ansible, Docker, and infrastructure as code. Your prep formula: Cert Master Learn for structure, the Richard Blum Cybex Guide for depth, daily terminal practice for the performance-based questions, and timed, full-length exams to close gaps. Your cert will be valid until around 2028, and you can renew it through CompTIA's continuing education program using CEUs. Here is the strategic bonus. Pairing Linux Plus with Cloud Plus or Security Plus significantly boosts your employability in cloud and cybersecurity roles, which are the exact fields the Linux Foundation found most understaffed in 2025. The Linux market is on a trajectory toward $100 billion. Get certified, get in the terminal, and go build something great. Thanks for watching Webronaq.